All right, Freddie. So today we've got three pagodas lined up. One is, ready to be restored. One is deep into the comprehensive restoration process. And then one is getting ready to leave our showroom pretty soon. I want to go ahead and start with this brown pagoda that we have right here. And you were telling me that, this 1970s pagoda is a one owner garage kept since the 70s. Now, I do want to ask, how rare is it to find a pagoda like this, and also with one owner and all matching numbers?
Well, nowadays is pretty rare. I mean, to find a 280 SL with only one owner. Most of them have passed hands
Right.
throughout the last 55 years.
And how did this pagoda come into your shop or into your hands?
Well, I found it in Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
dry weather, where it lived, and a broker gave me the phone number of the owner, and spoke to her. She explained to me that she's had it since 1973, and she was ready to let it go.
This one right here is a 280 SL.
Yes.
What would you call this color specifically?
That's tobacco brown,
Okay.
color code 423.
And what exactly does a full restoration mean for this car specifically?
Well, this car hasn't been touched much in the past years, so we're gonna take the whole car apart. Of course, it is a matching numbers car, and we're gonna restore it completely. Engine, transmission, everything pertinent to the mechanical, and of course, uh, new paint and interior.
And I know that down the line, you're going to show us the interior of that car, including the motor and everything. But, why is this car going to undergo a full restoration and not a partial?
Well, it really needs it. I mean, it has a lot of cosmetical flaws. Mechanically, it's driving fine. But since we're going to be intrusive into the restoration, we'd like to leave it as it left the showroom back in 1970.
What excites you the most about bringing this one back?
Well, the history of it, the heritage, the original, how it is, and I think it deserves to be reborn.
Yeah, of course, preserve its history for its next owner.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Freddie. And, looking at it now, what stands out to you the most about its condition?
Well, it's well preserved for not being touched cosmetically, and it drives so well that it's going to be a great car when we finish with it.
We're very excited to see that final process. I do want to head and I want to go ahead and move over to this Signal Red 1971. And I know you were mentioning that this has undergone a comprehensive restoration.
Correct.
Can you talk a little bit more about what a comprehensive restoration means for unique cars?
When we get a car and the car is in really good conditions to begin with, we don't have to do a complete restoration. It doesn't need it. So what we do is we go through all the mechanics of the car and the cosmetics of the car and leave it ready for the next owner. This takes less hours than a full restoration, and you still have a great outcome when you get the car.
How long has this car been in the shop for?
We worked on it for 4 months, and we put like 280 hours on it, plus parts.
Only 280 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So something that stood out to me is that you've said that collectors and investors really want the last year pagodas. Why is that final year so special?
Well, I mean, we could call that a mist. It really, all the 280 SLs from 68 through 71, they have the same characteristics. They are almost the same car. But people think toward the end of production. And the end of production was really the first 2 months of 1971, because the production ended February 23rd. So in that period, since January to February, they were only made 830 cars, and people desire those one of those 830 cars.
830 cars in just 1971. Wow, impressive. And this one is signal red with bamboo leather and a tobacco top. How do you make sure that every detail is true to the original?
Well, it's very easy. I mean, every car was made with a data card. That data card accompanied the car throughout the manufacture of the car. And everything that it says there is how the car was made. So we compare every single code, every single number to what we get now in the car. And if everything matches, it is a matching numbers and colors car. So that's very important for collectors and investors and everybody.
Absolutely, which I see that you make sure to list on your website. I'm sure you get a lot of questions about where people can find information about the cars, and where is it that you truly list all of this information?
Well, we are all over the web and media. We advertise in Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and in the relevant classic cars pages like Hemmings, classiccars.com, Auto Trader Classics, everywhere. We're everywhere, so people know we have these cars.
And I did my research. I went on your website and I saw that for this listing in particular, you mentioned, you've called it an amazing driver with a feather clutch. What makes the driving feel stand out?
Well, as you could imagine, I've driven many of these cars, and I drive them daily. And some cars stand out of the crowd, and this is one of them. The driving performance of this car is almost perfect, like when it came out of factory. The clutch is so soft that I call it feather. It's a manual transmission 4-speed, and it's just an outstanding car.
Very, very beautiful color over here, the signal red. So Freddie, I want to ask you, with books, tools, and data cards all there, how much does that kind of completeness matter to collectors, say?
It matters much, because that means that the previous owners took very good care of the car, and they kept everything, and they tried to keep everything original. So that is a really important point in a car.
Absolutely. And can people, what would you say is your most requested color for a Pagoda?
The palette of colors for Pagodas has 42 colors. People love blues, reds. It's difficult. Every person is different, and but all of them are beautiful. I've seen almost all of them.
And I know that you've mentioned that clients can basically customize.
Yes, when we do a full restoration, we can change the color of the car, since the car is going to be all stripped and blasted, and we can change it. And that doesn't affect much the value of the car. It's really what people are going to see every day in their garage, that they need to be happy. And I understand that.
Of course. And as far as modernizing the cars, how deep do you guys go into that?
Oh, we have several ways to modernize the car, keeping it, original. Terms of air conditioning, we have very good solutions. Radios, gearbox, we can modernize the manual transmission gearbox, and we can even do electric windows if somebody requested.
I've seen electric windows as well as Bluetooth, which I think is so cool.
We do Bluetooth in all of them.
That's beautiful. That's so cool. I do want to go ahead and move on to this dark olive green color. And
beautiful color.
It's beautiful. And you said it's getting ready to leave the shop soon. What can you tell us about that?
Well, we fully restored this car to customer specifications. He wanted it dark olive green with cognac interior. And the car was automatic to begin with. but the customer wanted to have a 6-speed manual transmission. We did the conversion, and the car drives amazing. I mean, he did the right thing.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much ready to go this week.
Well, and now that it's sold and leaving, what is it like saying goodbye to a car like this?
Well, we say goodbye very happy because we know it's going to go to a new home and they're going to enjoy it very much. And we did our job. So it's a very good feeling. No sadness, but it's great. I mean, we do it every year, several times, and it's a great feeling.
Can you tell us a little bit about where it's headed to next?
Yes, it's heading to Palm Springs, California.
The other side of the country.
So it's going to have a good life.
Long trip. And, you mentioned that this was changed to a 6-speed gearbox.
Mm-hmm.
How does that change the experience?
Well, some people like the thrill of driving manual transmission, and they sometimes think automatic is boring. It's great automatic, but they like the feeling of the 6-speed. So this owner requested that, and he already drove the car, and he thinks it's fantastic.
Or especially with the top down like that, I would be thrilled to take it for a drive. All right, Freddie, well, let's go ahead and take a closer look inside of these cars.
Okay, let's start with the brown car.